Alright guys, welcome to today's episode of Summer Shredding, and for today's video, this isn't going to be the main topic of today's video, but we're starting out here. It's leg day. It's Tuesday morning right now, and the point I want to bring up right now is none of the guys showed up. They all overslept this morning, so it's just me this morning, and I had this feeling like it's really easy to just not work out right now because it's really easy to be motivated when there's other people around you that are excited. Well, reality is, not every time in life there's going to be other people that are hyping you up and excited for you. So you're going to have to get yourself up off your ass sometimes to do something in the gym. So it was, not going to lie, it was kind of hard for me to pull myself into the gym this morning. Like I was tired, I'm depleted, I'm on a prep right now. It's leg day, so it's like nothing inside me wanted to work out, but I know I have to. I set this goal for myself. I know it's going to make me better. I know it's what I want to in the end. So we're going to pull it together. We're going to kill an absolute leg day. We have no choice but to kill this workout. We have, what is it, like 41 days left until peak week. So I got to make the most of every single day. Every single day is a battle. Every single day is a challenge to be better than I was yesterday. So literally seize the day, make the most of it. So I'm going to show you a few clips here from this leg workout. I'm going to try and hit a PR today. 9 weeks into a deficit. I'm going to go for a fucking PR. I don't even care. We just had to have that crazy, awesome mentality, and we're going to have an awesome time because whenever you get a chance to push your body to its limits and get better on a daily basis, that should be something that is exciting to you. Yes, it's going to hurt. Yes, it's going to be hard. Yes, you're going to be tired. But appreciate those moments and be excited for those moments. Seize those moments. First work set. Work set number 2.
we are 9 weeks into a cut and down about 16 to 17 pounds right now. We're going for an all-time PR, both in weight and reps. I got 245 in the bar. Judge it if you want, may not be a lot for you, but for me, this is an all-time PR. So I'm gonna smash this. I don't have a choice but to smash this. Intensity, effort, dedication, I don't care what it is. We're gonna hit this weight, so get ready. All effort. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Topic of today's video, which is going to be rest times and how long you should rest in between each of your training sets for your lifting sessions. So pretty much like with anything, this answer is going to vary. So I'm going to kind of break this down into a few situations in your training when your rest time may vary. But the number one thing I want you to consider when you're resting is you need to be lifting weights in order to be building muscle. And people get very carried away with heart rate when they're lifting weights and everything like that. Where I really don't try to think too much about heart rate, but more so when you're lifting, you need to be giving the most optimal amount of effort, the most optimal amount of intensity to each and every rep you're giving. And if you are not recovered or rested enough, you cannot give the appropriate amount of effort and intensity to each set. So if I have a set of 10 for a certain weight, I want to be able to give the most absolute all of my efforts I can for that set. And so to do that, I need to make sure I'm resting properly. And if I'm walking around, or say I'm not resting long enough, let's just say I'm resting only a little bit, my heart rate is still very high, I'm not able to fully recover for that set. So in terms of heart rate, think of it like this. Your training, that is for your muscle. That is where you build your muscle. That's where you maintain your muscle. That's where you make yourself look better. Your cardio, that is where you burn your calories. That is what your main goal should be, to keep your heart rate up, higher, slightly elevated, whatever it may be. So don't try to combine your training with like your cardio and stuff like that if you're trying to get bigger, look more aesthetic, whatever it may be. So your training, that's for building muscle, not for keeping your heart rate elevated the entire time. You don't train to keep a high heart rate, you train to build muscle, if that makes sense. So back to giving effort to each and every set. So for a compound movement, like for today with my big squat PR, you want to make sure you're giving yourself plenty of time to get fully recovered for a big compound movement. Obviously compound movements, they're called compounds for a reason. They're using multiple parts of your body. So therefore, the more parts of your body you're using to perform movement, the more fatigued you're going to be. Therefore, you're going to be requiring more rest time. So just to give you a number, on average for a big compound lift, I'll rest anywhere from 2 to even 5 minutes sometimes. I know for that squat PR, I stopped, I used the bathroom quick, hydrated up. I took about 5 minutes to rest from that last set to when I hit that PR. And I knew then, by that time, I was rested up, recovered, and ready to go, and I could give all my efforts to that set. Where the sets before that, you know, they were still hard, they were intense, but I only needed like 2 to 3 minutes in between each of those sets. Number one, it wasn't a top set, so it wasn't super heavy weight. I wasn't going to failure on those sets. So I gave myself maybe 2 to 3 minutes at max with those. So what about with your isolation lifts? And it all depends on what you're training for. So I guess for me, in my situation, it's the same deal pretty much. You want to be recovered enough to give each lift and set the most maximum amount of effort. And now some groups are going to vary, and it all kind of depends on what your purpose is. So for example, if you're trying to get like a pump and everything, typically the more blood you can get pumped in your muscle, the more frequently, the less time you're resting. Typically that's going to be a little bit better for your pump and whatnot. But we all know that just because you get a pump, just because you're pumping the muscle does not mean that you're necessarily gaining more muscle. It's just you're filling a whole bunch of blood into there. Where I think you need a mix of both pump training, and you need a mix of both like hard intensity, high heavy weight sets. So for some isolations lifts, it all just kind of depends on the muscle. Like for my biceps, typically for my biceps at max, I'll rest anywhere from 1 to 2 minutes. Most commonly though, I'll try and rest anywhere from like 30 seconds to a minute. Number one, biceps, I can recover a lot faster because it's only like, say if I'm doing a curl, it's an isolation lift, only one muscle at a time. I can recover a lot faster from that. So therefore, I'm not going to require 5 minutes to sit and rest for a set of bicep curls. And I just know on a medical point of view, when you go really, really heavy, really big weights for biceps, it really messes up your elbows. So it might honestly be better for you to use lighter weights, but be more controlled, still keep that intensity high, still train at failure, but also to do that, just rest shorter. So that's one of the reasons why I rest maybe like 30 to 60 seconds. Where with the squat, you typically are gonna take that movement as heavy as you possibly can go, obviously with the appropriate rep ranges, so it's gonna require a lot more rest time. So I hope that explains a lot kind of to do with rest time, but the biggest thing you need to do is you shouldn't be concerned about resting like 30 seconds, only 60 seconds between each set, especially if your goal is to like be progressing in compound movements. Like for bodybuilding, like you need to give yourself enough time to rest. If you do not rest enough, obviously your performance during the movement is going to show. So rest time is huge. It all just depends really though on what you're trying to do. Just think of it like this: more rest time for the bigger lifts and bigger compound lifts. For the less compound lifts, more like the isolation lifts, you can rest a little bit shorter just because those movements are not going to be as taxing on your body, so therefore you can recover faster. So it's going to vary, but most importantly, just listen to your body. But yeah, so I hope that explained and covered up some stuff about rest times. Hope you guys enjoyed that. That'll be really all for today's episode of Summer Shredding. Just nice and quick, informative, little workout there, hit a big PR, but it was a good one. So like always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and yeah, see you later. Peace.